Hey, what's up everybody? It's James and Mary here at SwitchWatch, back with the next episode in our eShop sales bargain series where we highlight the deals worth considering. Now last week was massive with the Nintendo Black Friday and Cyber Monday EU and UK sale. We had some fantastic games with the likes of Ni no Kuni, Zelda, Dark Souls and many more. This week it's all about the US. Happy Thanksgiving everyone. Now as we already covered lots of those games on sale last week, you should check that video out. I'll put a description with the US sale prices on there. We're going to cover the other great deals in the US sale. Let's jump in and take a look. Kicking things off with my pick of the week, and it's a game that I absolutely adore. Yes, it's the twin stick shooter carnage that is Enter the Gungeon. The visuals are fantastic, the audio is brilliant, but it's the gameplay that will keep you coming back for more. The devs done a great job of updating this one, and it's a game you won't want to put down, especially when you play this with a buddy in co-op. Coming in at just $7.49, you cannot go wrong. What a great bargain this one is. Now over to you, Juan Jordan, what are your picks this week?
What's up guys, Jordan here with my pick of the week on this Black Friday special. I'm a sucker for RPGs, especially classic ones, and so with Tales of Vesperia on sale in the US for Black Friday with 50% off, this is 100% recommended by me. Vesperia is such a great game and my favourite in the Tales series. I love the characters and the battle system, the story is great too, and the trademark skits just add so much depth to the characters that other JRPGs can't hold a candle to. Of course, a physical copy is always preferred for an RPG in my opinion, but at just $25 for an excellent game, absolutely full with content, it's a no-brainer in my opinion. Anyways, that's my pick of the week. I hope your wallets are still intact after these mega sales. I personally spent about $50 overall, which I think is worthy of a pat on the back for such restraint. Alright guys, that's me signing out.
Thanks a lot, James. How you doing, everyone? My pick of the week is Ori and the Blind Forest, down to just $13.99 for our USA friends. Ori and the Blind Forest tells a tale of a young orphan destined for heroics through a visually stunning action platformer crafted by Moon Studios. This features hand-painted artwork, meticulously animated character performance, fully orchestrated score, and loads of new features in this definitive edition. Now, Ori and the Blind Forest explores a deeply emotional story about love, sacrifice, and hope that exists in all of us. For me, this is an absolutely essential game that everyone should own, and now an absolute bargain on the Nintendo Switch. Have a good week, everyone, and we'll see you again next time.
This fighter showcases how a port to the Switch should look, similar to the popular Capcom vs Marvel series, but with enough unique features to feel accomplished and unique. It's a blast to play and is definitely in contention for the best fighter on the platform. Building a team of 3 from a roster of 24, you have various modes to hone your skills in. The visuals are right up there, throwing you into this much loved anime series, sporting a decent online and excellent local modes. Now, what a package, great for both casual and competitive gamers. With a whopping 75% off at $14.99, this is a bargain. Mega Man 11 is platforming at its best. Fantastic controls and a classic layout where you tackle 8 tough levels, each guarded by a robot master at the end. They ditched the attempts of Mega Man X to make the story centre stage and instead returned to what we love about Mega Man: frantic, fast-paced action and risk around every corner. 50% off makes this one a steal. Wolfenstein II: The New Colossus is a fantastic game that originally released on other platforms in 2017. But how did the Switch port go? Well, Panic Button were at the controls, so we know how that's going to turn out, right? A fantastic port where they sacrificed some fidelity to keep that frame rate high so you don't lose out on the fast action gameplay. Originally, the cost is pretty high for a game that was ported, but at 50% off, this one becomes a bit of a bargain, one worth considering if you're looking for that violent, more mature kind of game. Hyperlight Drifter is a masterpiece, a glorious neon pixelated world. Combat is punishing and twitch sensitive. The game blends RPG and action gameplay extremely well, and the special edition on the Switch is the definitive version full of small upgrades. It feels perfectly at home on the Nintendo Switch, and 40% off makes this a must-buy if you've not experienced it before. Even for those who have, I'd definitely consider picking it up once again on the Nintendo Switch. Steamworld Dig is where Image Inform's impressive steampunk series all began. The emphasis on exploring by digging deeper into the subterranean world makes for a satisfying game loop. Dig deeper, find loot, and head back up to the surface and level up. At $2.99, this is a real steal, a classic game that almost anyone can enjoy. Super Bomberman R is a simple affair. The classic gameplay is back, and as you might expect, single player is okay but not great. Multiplayer is what this is all about. One of the original party games is just as good today in its revamped skin. The problem is, at $40 it's a lot to ask for a party game. At $9.99 on the other hand, it's well priced, a game that you will definitely enjoy. What can we say about Celeste other than it is one of the tightest platformers we have played? A challenge, yes, to reach the top of the mountain, but what a challenge it is. This is a narrative-driven single-player adventure with over 600 screens of hardcore platforming. But once you manage to complete it, you then have the B-side levels to contend with if you want a real brutal challenge as well. Everything about this indie is quality. From the gameplay, the music and visuals are all stunning, and it's why we've given this such a high rating at the time. If you've not picked Celeste up yet, then you don't want to wait any longer, as this is a must-buy, especially on sale. NBA 2K20 is a mixed bag. It is the best basketball game you could play today, complete with stunning graphics, clever gameplay and a strong My Career mode. So far, so good. Where things go downhill is in the poor implementation of microtransactions throughout the game, particularly when online in my team. At 50% off, it's a solid game for a decent price. If you steer clear of the in-game purchases, then fine, but if you were looking to put together a team online, you will definitely be frustrated. Travis strikes again, and in true form, it's a mad journey through fictitious game worlds. It's hack and slash gameplay and bonkers story. In truth, it's not the best game from Suda51, but fans will no doubt enjoy it, especially for half price. Certainly, if you're looking for something different, then this might be the one for you. Towerfall is a fantastic versus game. It's fast-paced, frantic, and fun. The Switch version comes with the Ascension expansion that includes 2 co-op play modes, Quest and Dark World. Quest can be played by 2 players and your aim is to survive a number of waves. In Dark World, up to 4 can play and you take on levels and bosses. Both modes are enjoyable, but the real fun here is against each other. Getting a few mates together makes for hilarious moments as you take each other down. Unravel 2 is a charming puzzle platformer in which you control 2 yarnies. Basically, characters made of thread that use their yarn to swing across gaps and solve puzzles. Playing it solo is fun, but it's clearly made to be enjoyed with a friend, and that is where you will get the most fun out of this one. If you've got a game that you want to play with, for example, one of your kids or a close mate, then I would certainly recommend this one to you. Dead Cells is a Metroidvania in which the combat is simply glorious. It's free-flowing, snappy, and makes you feel totally badass. This one is extremely accomplished, one of the best indie titles on the Nintendo Switch. It's tough, not for the faint-hearted, but that said, it's definitely achievable. Everything that you do makes you want to play more. You will lose countless hours to this one, that's for sure. It only has 30% off, but for such a great game, it's worth looking at. Crash Team Racing is a solid kart game on the Nintendo Switch. It's based on a 1999 title and features lovely new graphics, but there are some new tracks and features to keep things fresh as well. It performs solidly and it's tougher than most karting games due to its turbo drifting system. A positive if you're looking for that challenge. Jordan reviewed this one when it first came out, and you can check that out by clicking up at the top right hand corner of the screen. Resident Evil 4 is a game that needs no introduction. It's been around on many platforms and its move over to Switch has been done rather well. Resident Evil 4 breaks a move away from the classic claustrophobic survival horror games that the first few Resident Evils were into a much more action-oriented game. Of course, still with those thrills and terrifying moments amongst them. Right now it's got 33% off, which represents a good price point for this classic title. Cat Quest is an open world RPG full of cats. What's not to love? It's a straightforward affair with solid pacing and a nice style to it. A cruiser game that is put together well and can be enjoyed in short bursts or extended gameplay sessions. At under $5, it's a decent little time filler. Not going to be the most amazing game you've ever played, but it's real time, it's fairly easy to get into, and as I said, it's quite enjoyable. You might want to check this one out. We covered Towerfall earlier on, and Killer Queen Black represents a similar experience. It's a bonkers game that is going to produce tense moments and laughs amongst you and your friends. What's great about this is the emphasis on teamwork, but also mixing in that free-for-all element. The fact that you can win in one of 3 different ways makes this one have so much replayability, and even though it's easy to pick up and play, it is really hard to master, a trait that I value highly in a multiplayer experience. Mortal Kombat is a fantastic series that's been around since 1992. That said, it's had some blips along the way. MK11 brings the series right back to prominence, full of great gameplay and gory, crushing blows. It holds to a solid 60 frames per second in exchange for some visual downgrades, but still looks gorgeous on the Switch. The story mode is thoroughly engrossing, and there are plenty of modes to get stuck into, but most importantly, the controls feel great and combat is fluid. It's a satisfying and rewarding fighter worthy of the Mortal Kombat name. And that's it from us today. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Do let us know your pick of the week down below. Are you going to pick any of these games up? And remember, there are many more great games on sale. A lot of them we covered last week, so do check that video out. If you've enjoyed this video and you haven't already done so, then please do consider subscribing to get this delivered to you every Sunday, along with Jordan's great roundup of physical games being released on a Monday. That's it from me. I'm James Zamera here at SwitchWatch. I'll see you again on the next one. Take care.